Gonzaga. Let's finish here a little bit on the Zags, and they lost to St. Mary's, and my Gales, who you wrote.
You're feeling better. But the sad thing is their non-conference was so terrible. They probably have to win the league tournament.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
You think?
That's blasphemous.
Really?
I think they're in today. I don't think they're like a lock, but I think they're. Have you looked at some of the resumes of these teams?
I mean, I've not deep dived. They lost to Missouri State at home, Boise State on a neutral, Utah's 40. Xavier neutral, San Diego State. So Weber State and Missouri State would not be good losses at home.
No. I'm not saying
they have won 9 straight games. That's impressive. They have risen.
Well, I mean, again, a win against Gonzaga is not a win against Gonzaga like it has been, right? I mean, this is a Zags team that now, Rob, is in jeopardy of ending Mark View's streak. And that streak is every year since he's been the head coach, they've gotten to the NCAA tournament. And right now, I actually think Gonzaga, who lost at home to St. Mary's Saturday night, has to beat St. Mary's on the road when they play them, that might not be enough. To be honest, that might be. I think the West Coast Conference tournament is going to be awesome because
a lot on the line.
Both of those teams are going to feel like they need to win it to be able to breathe easy to get it.
To feel good about it.
Right. And I don't know. I wonder, and I said this before the year, Rob. I actually said this before the year. I'm worried about Gonzaga. And not just for this year, but going forward.
You're talking about the loss of Tommy Lloyd, right?
Yes. I'm talking about the loss of Tommy Lloyd and the fact that Mark Few, they're going to be able to get some dudes out of the portal every year, right? They got Nemhard this year where I thought he was going to end up going to Arizona. They got Graham Ike. But they're like 7 deep. Now, Steele Venters was a guy who got hurt before the year, but we don't know. He's an Eastern Washington transfer. We don't know what he was going to really give him this year. The roster was underwhelming. They don't have a dude. Obviously, they don't have a dude at all this year. And I just wonder if this is kind of the beginning of the slide that puts Gonzaga in a spot where they're not fighting for Final Fours and national titles and in the top 10 every week, but now they're a fringe top 25 team from here on, who they may get lucky. They may, again, listen, Few's an incredible coach, but I think I've always said to him, and the beauty of Mark Few is honestly his work-life balance is better than anybody's.
Yeah.
But now I think it could end up really catching up with him because he doesn't have Tommy Lloyd that can go overseas and go get some dudes.
Have you looked at the net rankings for these two teams? Have you seen what they are?
Yeah, you have them.
I got it right here. St. Mary's is 21, which honestly, and is 4-3 in quad 1 games. Now they do have. Need to make this bigger so I can see their quad. Do they have any bad losses?
For who? Gonzaga?
No, St. Mary's. So they're 4-2 in quad 3 and 7-0 in quad 4. So they do. The quad 3 is not great. Gonzaga's 27th. And they're 0-5 in quad 1 games. Right. Now, they have no bad losses, but they have no good wins either.
Nothing. That's why you need St. Mary's. They need to beat St. Mary's. They need St. Mary's to keep winning, and they need to beat St. Mary's in Moraga on the final game of the regular season on March 2nd, which really, it would be a great game to go to in a way.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't have the national cachet, but man –
But for the first time, there's so much on the line. Yes. It was always a big game, but for this year, it for real is a big game.
Are you with me though? That do you worry about Gonzaga falling off a little bit here from? I
mean, they still are a big brand. They're always going to be a factor in the portal. They've shown that.
They have NIL. And
they have NIL money. And just 2 years ago, we're watching Chet Holmgren, Drew Timme. I mean Tommy Lloyd was a big part of that. I still want to see it another year before I would say I'm out on that. But I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying.
I'm just out as them being high powered and having this highest end talent. But again, Mark Few's 61 years old. I don't know. I see him as being a guy that would it shock me if Mark Few said after the year, I'm done? It would not shock me at all. It would not. Wow. I'm not saying he's going to do it, But I'm saying at some point, Mark Few's going to be like, you know what? I'd rather just hang.
I've made enough money. I can hang at the lake. I can just
watch my kids play ball. Like,
no,
do
that's
whatever
fair.
I want to do.